Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode of the In the Hub podcast, brought to you by Playbox Technology UK. Today, I'll be speaking with Shengli Han, Vice Chairman of the Board at Beijing Jetsen Technology Co and Advisor for Black Dragon Capital. Shengli has a wealth of experience in the broadcasting and media industries, specialising in company mergers and acquisitions, as well as seeking out exciting new technologies that will come to form the future of our industry. Hope you enjoy. So, welcome to the In the Hub podcast. Shengli, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Very well.
Before we do get started, Shengli, how did you start out in the broadcasting industry?
Yeah, I started my broadcasting industry career from university. I graduated from Beijing Broadcasting Institute. Today, it's called Communication University of China. After graduation, I worked in the Radio and Television Design Institute. So I was in charge of the system design for the new radio and television stations. During the work in this institute, I participate in the system design for several new radio and television stations. And also, I participate some trainings like the Asian Broadcasting Union in Kuala Lumpur for the professional training.
So was it always the broadcasting industry that you wanted to get involved with? Was that always the kind of thing in your mind? You were always interested in broadcasting? Was that what you wanted to come into?
Yeah. I think that stay in this industry, that's I think I should say that's a good choice. After 7 years working in Beijing, I felt that I should study further. So I went to France to do further study. I got MBA from the Institute d'Administration des Entreprises, E in English. In French, it's called EAE. So it's quite a famous program, famous diploma. And the master degree for the signal treatment from the University of Paris. It's also called Pierre Marie Curie University, the one of the famous technical university in France. Then I continue for my PhD. During my PhD, I joined the Thomson Broadcast System in Paris. That let me continue my professional career in broadcasting industry till today. The broadcasting industry is a challenge industry, I should say. The technology in this industry is developing and changing very fast. I like this kind of challenge.
It's a very unique industry in that sense, isn't it? That every day there is a new change that you can be embracing. And you've kind of got to decide which changes you should be paying attention to, which changes you should ignore, shouldn't you? It's a very interesting industry.
Exactly.
Moving on to kind of what you're involved with at the moment, Shengli, how important do you think things like mergers and acquisitions are within our industry? Do you think those kind of companies buying other companies and companies merging with other companies, do you think that's the only way to bring these technologies together and encourage collaboration?
The broadcasting industry, like other industries, had a rapid development period, then fast merge and acquisitions, and then a new period again. In the past 20 years, I experienced these changes. I should say that's inevitable. But it's not the only way to develop new technologies. We see that many new technologies are not at all developed from the merged large companies. New startup companies are developing very fast all over the world. That brings a lot of new technologies to our industry.
So, Shengli, obviously you're involved with a company based over in China called Jetsen Technology. What kind of solutions does that company provide, and to what kind of customers are you providing those solutions to?
Jetsen is number one listed company, the public company in China broadcasting industry. They developed the first MAM software in China. Now we provide software solutions used in different television and radio stations. We develop also animation production technology, virtual packaging, studio and playout monitoring systems, and cloud-based applications. Even more, we have recently we have a lot of new kind of new media solutions. Jetsen started their business with the technology, but now it's also the country's #1 for the copyright trading.
How is the Chinese broadcast industry looking as it emerges from COVID-19? And what were some of the biggest challenges faced by Chinese broadcasters during that time?
The very special than other fields, the customers of the broadcasting industry need to work more during the disaster occurring. One phenomenon we have seen is that during the COVID-19, the stock price in many industries has fallen, but stock price in the media-related industry has risen. All the people in our industry are thinking about how to develop broadcast technology under this period. So Jetsen has some technology reserve in the past. We developed a redundant backup playout system a few years ago, which can work. It can make the playout system in a very safe mode. The control of COVID-19 in China is very successful, I should say. Since the second half of last year, China has returned to almost a normal level. Now, China broadcast industry and our customers are intensively focused on doing 4K upgrade, now even 8K, and 5G related applications. As you know, broadband and 5G are developing very fast in China. How to ensure the competitiveness of our customer on the broadband and 5G network becomes important issue for our industry. I believe that online video, live streaming, e-sport, and short-form video will surely develop rapidly, especially after this COVID-19 period.
Shengli, you've worked with, some of the most influential industry-leading companies in our industry within the Greater China region during your career. I hate to single it out, but do you have a kind of any highlight moments working with these companies?
Yeah, I should say in the past 20 years, I worked in Thomson and then it's called Thomson Grass Valley, then Grass Valley for around 15 years, then 3 years in Review, and now changed to called Media Kent. So when I worked in Thomson, I started the Thomson Broadcasting Systems business in China from zero to one of the most important suppliers in China market. With the efforts of my team and myself, we have successfully made a lot of first projects in China, like the first mobile digital satellite uplink system, the first digital OB1, the first digital cable TV network, the first high-definition digital TV studio, the first digital TV playout system. Also in that time, the first mobile TV system, the first digital mobile TV transmission station, and the first multimedia network for the provincial cable network. There are a lot of projects, even with the first HD OB1 we supplied in Africa, in Armenia, with the China Ed program. I think the most proud project I did is for Beijing Olympic Games. During the Olympic game, we supplied all the equipment and service in all the stadium of Olympic game. So during the game, I have a special pass. I can visit all of the stadium and any VIP room. So that creates a record in the history of the company.
Looking past the Olympics and how great an experience that was for you, just to think that you'd created so many firsts within China must make you feel really proud. It must be a great feeling.
Thank you.
So, Shengli, your position of advisor at Black Dragon Capital can also see you working with smaller companies and emerging entrepreneurs within our industry. Do you have a highlight moment of working with one of these new emerging companies as well?
Yeah, Black Dragon Capital is working on several projects. I may give more story later. So I joined Black Dragon Capital before the Grass Valley was acquired. I'm very happy to be involved in the part of work of acquisition of Grass Valley.
You've been on both sides of the spectrum, Shengli. Where do you think the most exciting innovations happen? In those kind of big, well-known companies, or the new up-and-coming startups and entrepreneurs, or both?
I should say, with Jetsen, we invested in several startup companies. One is called Foyo Technology. Their AI technology is doing very well. So these technologies have been successfully used in the face tracking and body motion tracking, make animation production very easy and faster. So they use this technology not only for broadcast application, but also for the education field, like ebook.
Branching off from that, Shengli, what do you see as the most exciting technology or advancement in the broadcast industry?
I should say in the past years, the OTT technology changed the broadcasting industry. In the coming years, I should say that the remote production and cloud application based on the AI and the big data are most important for the station part. The broadband and 5G will change the distribution and the transmission part. We need to follow these changes.
Yeah, so quite a lot of exciting changes going on all sides of the workflow, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not just distribution, like you said, it is how things like remote production are going to help those operators and people in master control rooms. So, Shengli, this is a question that we ask at the end of every podcast, and we ask guests to try and keep it to one word if possible, and then obviously branch up on it after that. So, in one word, what do you envision for the future of the broadcasting industry?
Personally, I think we may need to redefine the word of broadcasting industry. Maybe we call it media industry. It's better because our customers' working mode is from unidirection transmission changed to bidirections.
Yeah, that's interesting because I often feel like when I say the broadcast industry, sometimes it limits it a bit too much, doesn't it? Like you said, it's better to look at it as the whole media industry because the broadcasting industry is a huge part of media itself, and the way we consume media nowadays. So no, I think that's an interesting point, Shengli.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Just to finish on then, Shengli, are there any exciting projects that you have coming up that you can talk to us about today?
In the past decade, the China-made consumer electronics products exports in the worldwide. I think now it's time that the broadcasting industry products need to go outside of China. With the Black Dragon Capital, we are working on it. I think for me, it's an exciting project.
No, that sounds brilliant. And how can people get in touch with you if they want to contact you and find out more?
Oh, that's quite easy. They can contact me via LinkedIn or contact me with my personal email, shengli.han@hotmail.com.
That's brilliant. And we'll link to your LinkedIn profile in the description of this podcast, Shengli, so anyone can get in touch with you there. So, Shengli, I think that's covered everything. So thank you very much for taking the time out and coming and speaking with me today.
Thank you to taking time with me.
Thank you, Shengli.
Bye-bye.